Yes, I know, right? That's a bold statement to say how you're looking at money all wrong. You see, money is supposed to be simply just a medium of exchange for goods and services between people, and that's all. The question is, why are so many people a slave to money their entire life, working hard for it, grinding their hours away in a job that they don't enjoy, only to have just enough at the age of 65 to retire? Why is that? Good morning from Ipoh, Malaysia. I'm John, one half of the corporate breakout couple. In 2020, my wife, friend and I retired young at the age of 40 in Singapore, and we relocated to Penang, Malaysia in 2022. And since then, we have been traveling all over the world and creating videos such as cost of living videos, retirement destination videos in this YouTube channel. Another reason for this channel is to share and showcase a reference example of what an early retired life can look like instead of the traditional path of retirement where you only can retire in your 60s. In our recent videos, we shared about how our 8 sources of income got us early retired and how our financial freedom plan of 10 years got halved into 5 years. And we'd like to share with you all these learnings and knowledge and experience that we have gained so that you too can break out of the rat race and gun for your financial freedom and early retirement. In today's video, we'd like to uncover the money beliefs that many people have that are holding them back from having a fruitful and abundant life. Before we begin, we'll appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe, and join our YouTube family.
You know, I totally understand why people see money all wrong, because I used to be like that too. You know, I used to be so stupid. I used money to buy cars, go on holidays, buy branded stuff, which then made me work even more for more money. And then I took that same money to go and buy more stuff. My life changed when I finally saw money for what it truly is. Money is actually there to work hard for me, to make me more money babies. You see, why should I work hard for money and then I become money slave? Instead, money should be my employee, isn't it? Money should be working hard for me while I'm sleeping, while I'm eating, while I'm traveling, and money at the sidelines is working very, very hard for me. Just as how a factory, right, the boss is sitting way at the top and all the production workers and the employees are working hard to produce and the boss is actually just overseeing it. Same thing, right? I'm actually overseeing what my money can do for me. And that, my friends, is the secret of the wealthy. They don't work hard for money. Money actually works hard for them. So my friends, how can money work hard for you as well? Like for example, if you watch our video, how our 8 sources of income got us retired, one of our ways was to buy rental properties, right? And then we get a tenant, and the tenant pays us rental every month. So this is a prime example. Buying a rental property to collect rent is a way for money to work hard for you, to make your dollars work for you, as opposed to going shopping, buying cars and houses that you're living in and you're paying mortgages, or putting your money in a low interest yield account, which then gets eaten up by inflation. Another prime example would be to invest in low cost index fund, for example like the S&P 500. Did you know in January 2023, that was last year, the S&P 500 was at 3,800 points. By January 2024, it crossed an all-time high at 4,900. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you bought in January 2023, in January 2024, you will be sitting at a nice tidy profit at 29%. This means that if you bought in January 2023, you could actually have gone on a year-long holiday, go on a cruise, go and do a sabbatical or whatever. And when you came back in January 2024, your money would have worked really hard for you and generated you a returns of 29%. Ever heard the saying, your money works hard for you while you sleep? Well, the real estate and the index fund are prime examples of that.
I would like to share with you the concept of assets and liabilities, and I dare say that your understanding of these two terms will make or break your financial future. Let's talk about liabilities first. Liabilities are it's like a debt obligation, something that you owe to other people. So for example, your mortgage loan, your car loan, your credit card debts are all liabilities. So usually when people's salary come in, the biggest expenses or the biggest costs are these liabilities. What about assets? Assets are typically an investment that you own that can either give you a one-time net profit through capital appreciation or through a monthly recurring manner passively through a monthly positive cash flow. Now, this is the key difference between the rich and wealthy and your average middle income person, is the understanding and the knowledge of assets and liabilities. This is how the rich and wealthy do it. When their hard-earned money first come in, they apportion a big chunk of that money to go into acquiring assets. Assets that can give them a net positive cash flow. And when the asset grows, the net positive cash flow increases as well. And what do? They spend the money within this recurring positive cash flow. This is how the middle income earner does it. When the salary comes in, it is used to pay off all the bills, all the different liabilities, and what remaining amount of the money, they usually put it into a savings account which is low interest yielding and gets eaten up by inflation. And that money grows so slowly that by the time they do have enough money to retire, they are already in their 60s. As you can see by now, the key difference between the rich and wealthy and the average middle income earner is their financial literacy. The difference in financial knowledge of the rich and wealthy, knowing how to pivot the money, knowing how to utilize the money into income producing assets that can make them even more money, together with capital appreciation to even more money, to how their wealth can keep growing and growing. Whereas the average middle income person only knows how to save money, do not really learn about investments, finds it too risky, and therefore their saving rates gets either eaten up by inflation or the money that they have is not enough for their retirement. Let me pause here for a while and ask you an important question. Would you rather have the mindset of the rich and wealthy or the mindset of an average income person? The truth is, in the game of money, it is actually for everyone to learn. The rich and wealthy, those who are self-made, understand the importance of financial literacy and keep upping their financial knowledge such that their wealth can continue growing and they stay in the money game. Whereas the average middle income person who finds that investing is risky, who doesn't have a good relationship with money, will then be very adverse to making their money work hard for them, and therefore they can only retire at a much later part of their life. For Fred and I, even though we have been retired for 3 over years, we are still very much in the game of money because it's important to stay relevant. And we understand that it's important to adopt the right money mindset and to have the right level of financial literacy in order for you to gun for your financial freedom. That is why we created the course Breaking the Money Code, Reprogramming Your Money DNA, to help you change your money beliefs, to help you build a better relationship with money, to understand what money is all about so that you can be better at your finances and therefore be much more equipped and prepared for your financial future. In the Money DNA course, we also share with you how to budget effectively and efficiently, how to create a process, categorize, prioritize, and automate it. We will also share with you a lot of money hacks, money secrets on how to use your money effectively. And of course, we'll provide you all the necessary course materials, templates, and also other additional videos that will support you to get everything together so that you are fully equipped to tackle your financial future. We hope that today's video has given you a different perspective about money and how you are looking at it. With that, thank you so much for watching this video. Do hit the like button and subscribe to join our YouTube family so that you don't miss any of our videos. See you in the next video.